You guys strap into your respective chairs. The technicians put the what are they called? Various
Colander.
Neuronet.
the various little wires,
The nodes.
the nodes that send electrical signals and read electrical signals. They strap you to the chairs, which in of itself is not unusual. It's part of the standard protocol. But you notice that they strap you a little bit tighter than usual.
Not going anywhere.
They had gotten to the point of it kind of being a thing that they did because it was protocol, whereas now there have been more instances where it's like, no, there's a reason we do this.
Somebody got off the table and it wasn't the person.
And they, like usual, they give you the injections of the chemicals. It feels cold going into your vein. You can feel it spread.
My nipples are hard.
And this is unusual how the coldness spreads through your body and the world goes dark. You find yourself floating in a void slowly downwards. As the feeling covers your entire body, the speed of the fall starts to increase at a faster and faster and faster rate. Slowly the cold goes from being a chill in your blood to a feeling of warmth, and the hot humidity of Blue City surrounds you. You find yourselves straight into your physical forms in Blue City. Somebody give me a navigation roll to determine where you have ended up, and if anybody is planning on being a sneaky squirrel and going somewhere else immediately.
I have 4, so I'm generally the one that...
Yes.
Yes, you're very good at it.
4,
Agent Dexter.
14, 15, 16.
All right. You're going to be able to get right on the mark wherever you want to go.
Woohoo! Oh, this is cute.
How many combination points did you get?
One.
One. Okay. One of the things that has been decided at the very first session was that when
Somebody rolls a 6, there's a trumpet.
there's a small trumpet noise and you hear the name of the agent in your not your earpiece, but where the earpiece would be. Control indicates which one of you got the commendation point. Which gets really unnerving when most of the team is having a really chill moment, and then suddenly you start hearing a bunch of commendation points from the person that's not there.
That'd be one way to figure out what someone's up to.
Yeah, well, for better or worse, Agent Tucker is still keyed into your guys' system. So the group chatter of this particular group, Agent Tucker is privy to, and the commendation points of this group, Agent Tucker.
Voss, you are right by my side.
I'm here for you,
Do
leader.
not leave my
I'm here.
vision. What do the rest of you want to do?
I'm gonna peace out and do my own thing.
Cool. See you.
I'm just gonna go relax.
I'm very oddly in some of your guys' eyes hugging a belt.
Tinker, that's weird.
Shrug and keep on petting it.
Every once in a while, it purrs.
I think Voss just accepts it.
I was intending on paying attention to the target.
Okay.
I'm here to learn.
But we don't see the target.
Agent
yet.
Tucker,
Teach me
are you staying with the group?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go find April and have some downtime.
I'm on a mission. I'm mostly utilizing her when I need her.
Okay.
Rude. I'm a bit of an opportunist. My character, anyway.
Yeah. My character.
My character.
It's totally my character. I like having a character that has that mode, though, which is funny. It's not normally
Kind of a chaotic.
My character, like I
thing.
said, pulls
But it
out her
feels
phone,
so
texts Tucker, what you up
natural for
to?
this character.
It's okay, mine's kind of.
That was baby while I was gone.
I'm usually more chaotic.
You actually get a
good.
response saying,
This
"Oh, I'm
one,
prepared for a
though.
This
meeting."
time.
I hope it goes well. Let me know if there's anything I can do.
Oh, am I on the group chat yet?
Does the group already know where
you
we're
read?
going? I mean,
Yeah.
I
Okay,
can't, so I'm just doing voice text.
Wait. You're one of the few members of the secret cabal that's doing secret squirrel stuff, and you're using voice commands for your phone.
I'm saying, hey, boo. I'm
Yeah,
pet names.
nothing. Yeah.
I mean, she had
Nothing
April. Who's to say I
revealing.
didn't find somebody in Blue City?
nothing revealing. Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay.
You did.
We aren't official.
Remember how we ended last time?
Oh, but Agent Schreiber, you're not there.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Just making a point.
So before I decide to follow you, where the heck are you going?
Yes, where you have rolled highly enough that you can pinpoint exactly where you want to appear in Blue City.
So I'm trying to decide if I want to follow your lead or make a lead of my own.
Well, see, my first inclination was to, like, me as team leader be doing actual mission stuff while the rest of you do whatever. But because I have to babysit Voss,
I mean,
Do
I'm
you
sticking
want
around
to
with you
babysit
guys.
Voss?
so that means that I can't, like,
You can easily hand boss off.
Right.
He's
Except
our
Voss
team
is so
leader.
focused on team leader, team
Team
leader,
leader
team
says-
leader.
Learn. Follow this one. Okay, boss. Alright, leader.
Go to the theater, just see what happens.
It's like
Okay.
a little duckling that imprints.
Well, I was
It's kind of
thinking,
adorable.
like,
So-
is the community theater having a rehearsal night or something?
Let's go find out.
Like, is she involved in being part of the theater, not just watching?
yeah. So, Tinker, do you want to go with me to find Tucker and send
How
the
loud are
three
you
of these
saying
guys?
that?
This is meta.
Oh, this is meta. Okay. I feel like
Yeah,
that
you-
shouldn't
you
be
should-
meta.
You should note if something like that is meta.
Yeah.
They're just kind of over there, like, covertly, like,
I
texting
add
each
you
other.
to the group message with
Yes.
Tucker.
Okay. So it's kind of like we're. The
It's like, well, he's
audience is
going
reading
into a
the
meeting
bubbles.
right now.
Okay.
He's going into a meeting right now. Maybe once he's out, or if he says that he wants.
Rapping. He's like rapping for a meeting.
Do you want to hang out? Maybe get a coffee before your meeting.
Yes.
Okay. So we're gonna dump them at the theater, and we'll go see Tucker.
Okay. So, Voss, you stay with these two guys.
Okay. Agent Tyler and Agent Fuller. Oh, Agent
Yeah.
Fuller. Oh. I hope you're awesome.
So,
I'm
Thanks.
sure we'll have fun with our mission.
Agent Fuller, just so we're entirely clear, you have recently been put on a team that has a dubious reputation at best. You have dived into Blue City knowing that things are running amok. And the first thing they do
Is abandon you.
I'll
flat
catch up with
out.
you later.
I gotta go check into some things. Gotta go see a pizza about a guy.
Pizza.
Oh God.
Does the pizza talk? Does it communicate?
Yes.
Pulls out the pitcher of beer. Let's go.
Yeah.
What is it? What did it? Oh wait, no. It became a pitcher of like espresso last time, didn't it?
Something like that.
There was. I don't remember.
And I think
Meanwhile,
I mixed them
Shriver
together.
strolling down the road
started-
somehow
yeah.
comes up with a giant bong in her hands, just strolling down the street.
See ya!
Deuces.
Okay, go ahead and give me a logistics check. Okay,
That is 6.
Okay.
Agent Fuller.
Oh, mark that accommodation point.
And add that to your heart rate.
Interesting.
And
But-
that is 15.
So, but you got all of you hear the trumpet with the sound of Agent Fuller.
They're doing great. Let's go.
Yeah.
You want to throw a strategy check in there for me too?
Sure.
Okay.
And you know who I'm going trying to find, by the way, Ron.
Agent Fuller.
As I think to myself, this system's real. Thank you.
It's rigged, guys.
I could go an entire game without getting 1-6.
Meanwhile, I got one on my very first roll.
Okay. And you have a message. Okay, so it looks like we have Tyler, Fuller, and Voss. You guys are Group 1, Dexter and Tinker, you are Group 2. And Schreiber, you are going solo. And you guys all do still have kind of the, we've been talking about group chat. You guys are all have the ability to make a roll to try to communicate with each other.
Right.
I think
I have color, so
you
I
have
don't
colors,
have to
so
roll
you can
for
do
it.
it automatically.
Yeah.
And so can I.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I can be like, boss!
Reject call.
We can call him like every minute.
Yes.
Oh no.
I can say, Ross, send a message real quick, please.
Okay.
Boss, I don't know what's going on.
So we're going to try to stagger this a little bit. So first of all, Agent Dexter, you've kind of, even though you and Tinker are going to go off and do your own thing, you've chosen where to deposit everybody.
Yeah, I want to send my little ducklings to the theater to check on mission.
Okay. All right. So basically, you guys are standing outside of. It was an old church, very large stonework building.
Until.
I mean, given the events
It
lately.
became a theater.
Or it was cursed.
Perfect theater.
It has been retrofitted into a community theater. There is a large sign on the front that you can't quite make out what it says, but you can tell by the shape that it used to be some sort of like religious symbol, and that has just kind of like had something stacked on top of it. Blue City, like usual, is fairly muggy, and the
Shoe
perpetual
turns into a fan.
cloud cover is it's darker than usual. Like it's heavier with rain. Blue City always has this feeling of being on the edge of a downpour, but that just never comes. Right now, you take a look around, and you don't know why it's not raining. Everything about it tells you that it should. There are gusts of wind, kind of like the like the leading edge of a storm front. And every once in a while, you see a newspaper quickly fly by. Amos is over on the corner with his newsstand, and he's trying to capture stray
no.
newspapers every once in a while and shove them back down. The denizens of Blue City that are around you when you all arrive at the community theater are looking amongst each other with a certain amount of nervousness. Think of them. There is a feeling, like the feeling that you had experienced in the Institute. It is so much more visceral here. They look like a group of people who have been informed that the air raid, or that the sirens to indicate like a nuclear bomb being dropped might go off any minute. They are going about their business as best they can in the way that somebody might do if they've been in this state of heightened anxiety for days on end. There is a desperate clinging to normalcy. And then, much like Blue City being what Blue City is, there are a couple of personalities that haven't quite updated to the new information. And like over by the side of the community theater, there are two people that are just kind of sitting there, like having a conversation about how lovely the weather is. Different personalities in Blue City have different degrees of agency and awareness. Some of them are fully fleshed out. Others are basically on a loop. So that's where you. There is a series of stone steps that lead into the former church. You get the feeling that the just based on the iconography that there's something about this place that you don't know what, but it's fallen into disgrace, and that's what led to it being used for the community theater. So yeah, that's where everybody except for Agent Schreiber shows up. And Agent
Agent Schreiber doesn't even show up with us.
No.
Nope.
Where's Agent Schreiber?
Spaced out for some
Had some-
relaxation
Did
time.
Agent Schreiber make it?
Yes, had some
Oh,
business
okay.
to attend to.
Okay.
Don't
Oh,
worry,
okay.
don't
Okay.
worry.
Now,
We're missing a teammate.
for the sake of everybody here, we try to not put too much weight onto the meta knowledge. However, I'm not going to be Secret Squirrel about anything beyond. So, Agent Schreiber, where are you aiming to appear?
Oh my. Oh.
This would be meta, but basically the kind of covert group, I'm sure would have had some sort of point in Blue City that was designated within the group as, you know,
Safe house.
yeah, basically a safe house. So that would be where.
And what did you get on the roll?
It was 15?
15? You got it. Did you get any accommodation points on that one?
1.
Okay.
I rolled that earlier at the same time as.
Yeah, see, I told you she's fine.
Hey, there she is. Okay. Whew. She made it.
Okay.
Don't want to lose any agents.
All right. We'll get
This mission is great.
Agent Schreiber. We'll get to you in just a second.
Okay.
Everything will be fine.
It will be. You are so right.
Fortunately, what it means is fine grain for the sandpaper. Okay, so the 5 of you arrived at the same location outside the community theater. Agent Dexter and Tinker,
Yes.
you're about to head out to take care of your own business. Describe for me what information you give. Because actually, Voss and Tyler just joined this team last time, and you're just joining this time.
Yeah.
So these really are the
You're dropping the newbies.
Yeah, so hey, you guys,
Yeah.
this is a
But this-
really simple mission. She's someone who's already been completed. Like, there's no hostiles. You're just gonna check on her.
Just watch.
Yeah. And remember what Samson was saying.
And my
there's-
note is in the real world. Okay. So, remember.
if there's
That was
anything
really
scary,
I was writing notes, but that's in the real world.
if there's anything scary, back away. Don't engage it. Just look at the target and find her and figure out what she's doing. It'll be great.
Agent Tinker doesn't even care. She's already walking away expecting her to follow.
I'm gonna ask Control. Hey, can I get one of those night vision lenses?
Oh my. That's a little conspicuous, Agent Boss.
Oh no! It's gonna be cool. It's gonna look like a spectacle, but it's gonna be night vision.
It's gonna stand out.
No, it isn't. No,
It'll be
no.
like a Google Glass.
Maybe wait to see if we need it or not.
Oh, you're right. Okay. All right. Yeah. Just wait. Yeah.
Well, I'll hold your
Wait, if we're
hand.
going to the
It'll be
theater,
fine.
I don't want to
We'll
look
go.
too conspicuous in like my suit attire.
Well, you're going to the theater, though.
People wear suits at the theater.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
This is an uppity theater.
I get a hold of.
Um,
I'm sorry, I should have said this before I rolled the one.
Let's see how this plays
Yeah.
out first. So,
I called what's it called, control,
Control.
or whatever. I call control.
Or Agent Samson.
Oh jeez. I call control to ask for a nice black dress befitting a theater.
okay, give me a logistics check.
Okay, how do I do this again?
You
How
roll.
many?
So
It's
it would be
been
under
a week.
access.
2.
Oh,
So
okay.
you roll 2 dice,
dice.
and you need an 11 or
Yep.
better.
Okay.
8, so no.
I got
It's
an 8.
the
Yeah.
total are
Agent
Yeah.
Tyler.
very low.
I'd like to try that again. Can't I do that?
You
Oh,
can-
absolutely.
Yeah, you can do it. Like, you can...
Wait.
Yeah.
Before you do, add the 8 to your 75, because once you get into
Oh,
your target
right.
heart rate, you can roll as many of those dice as you want.
75 is a really high resting heart rate.
Not really.
Yeah, not really.
Mine sits at about 70, 72 most
Yeah.
days.
Okay.
So, but yeah, go ahead and roll.
I suppose mine chills in
Mine's
the lower
74
60s,
right now.
so...
6.
Oh,
I
I
didn't
should
get
have
A6.
been master.
That's like my
Alright.
sleeping heart rate.
So that was 85 7 minutes ago. But
So yeah, as you keep trying, just keep adding that, because once you hit
But
your
I would have to get an 11 or
93.
higher.
An 11 or higher.
That's
Yeah, yeah.
This is not your strong
My
suit.
point
No,
is,
I'm
if you
gonna
add
leave
the
it
8 to
then.
the 75 and you add that 6, if you get up to 93,
Oh,
you can
I'm
roll again
not
and use
that
as many
far.
dice as you
Well,
want.
Alright.
Actually,
But if you hit that max heart rate, remember, you do get kicked out of Blue City.
you can only...
Normally.
Your
What
target
is it?
heart rate only applies to force and instinct.
Right.
Access checks,
Oh.
you're stuck with what you got.
Oh, so it
Oh.
won't make a difference then.
Okay, no.
Alright
I
then.
did not know that.
Screw it, I forget the dress.
Sorry.
Okay.
You, you try to patch into control, and
You've got a 4, you could do a 4.
I'm not there.
you request a dress, and silence.
Oh boy.
That's worrisome.
Then you hear
control?
static.
Control. Hey, boss.
Yeah.
Can you ask Control for a dress for me?
Yes.
This I can do.
Control. Agent Sampson. I need a fitting dress for Agent Tyler. Agent Boss.
That dress.
16.
Yay! Thank you, boss.
Let's see. A dress is going to appear, but where, like, is the dress like behind something? Where do you pull the dress out of?
Maybe it's underneath
Oh.
Voss's clothes.
He suddenly looks very
If
fat.
I were
bulbous
fucking
thing.
around with like static in this
I
campaign,
said 452. It's so tight.
Boss would open up and Boss would be wearing like it's perfectly fitted for Tyler, but Boss is wearing it.
Alright, strip boy.
Unfortunately, the ways in which I'm gonna fuck with you guys aren't going in that direction. So,
All of
least
a
he's
sudden,
honest about it.
underneath my jacket coat, it feels a little more full. Like I have a dress wrapped around me. Like, not necessarily like I'm wearing it, but like
Your
it's-
suit's on top of it.
Yeah, my suit's just covering it. It's just hiding.
okay,
Okay.
sounds good. And so make a note. That was 3 dice
Yes, that was 3.
on the. Okay, you have a +3 dress.
Oh, nice.
Anytime you make a logistics check to get an item, it gets a bonus equal to the number of dice you rolled to acquire it.
what's the bonus do?
You add it to the die roll,
Okay.
but it does not add to your heart rate.
So if you need an 11 and you roll a 10, you can use 1 point from that and burn your item basically and get the 11 you need.
Oh, it burns the
No,
item.
it doesn't.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, I thought it did.
Just use it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Depends on the item.
I actually I like.
Yeah, a grenade is probably going to
I mean, my first ones were like food items. So, like, I threw a cup of coffee in somebody's face kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's why I was
Yeah.
thinking.
So I gotta make a quick costume change, and I leave my suit in the bathroom. And I come out in this dress after asking you guys to just kind of keep an eye out while I'm gone.
Okay. Voss and Fuller, do you guys head into the theater as well to like join for the quick costume change? I mean, not joining for the costume change. But, you know, like being outside the
Yep.
room.
Yeah, no, I'll be outside the room
Yep.
waiting.
Yeah. Okay.
Because we're already in suits.
Yeah.
We look good.
Thank you.
Agent Tyler looks good too.
Okay. As you guys are standing there, the people that pass by, and actually, one of you 3 go ahead and give me a navigation check to navigate your way to the bathroom.
Not Tyler.
Mine's only a 2.
Yeah.
It's not the best idea.
I have a 3 on it.
I've also got 3.
Okay.
My heart rate might be running a little bit hotter than yours right now. Success.
Okay, you got it. All right.
That does add, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I love about this particular system is exactly what you just did, Fuller, where it encourages everybody to take turns doing the thing. Because there's a mechanical reason why you don't want to have one person doing everything.
Yeah.
Okay, as you guys are standing outside the restroom waiting for the costume change, you're able to listen to some of the people as they pass by. And the main thing that I want to emphasize with it, that you're able to get just for free by standing there, is that the nervousness of everybody is all pervasive. They feel like the ground has shifted beneath their feet, and there is some sort of profound existential threat. I would go previously I used the analogy of they look like people who have been told that a nuclear bomb could be dropped at any time. The longer you're there, the more that analogy kind of shifts. You get the feeling that they are behaving like people who are living directly on top of a nuclear bomb that could go off any moment.
This place is awkward, Agent Fuller.
Yes, it is.
There are
This is supposed to be a short mission. We'll be out of here soon.
there are spatterings of rain against the window that just kind
It's
of
raining.
punctuate. And
That's not usual.
it's not. And there's the scent of the air shifts just a little bit to like that just first stages of the rain with the smell.
That rain smell.
Yeah.
I have a meta question.
Yes.
So, like, the people who we're seeing in this theater, are they people who are dreaming? Are they, like, what do we know about them?
There are basically 4 classes of things in the dream world. The first one are basically automatons of various sorts. They are on loops. They are natives of Blue City, but they do not seem to be aware of things. Like you can interact with them, and they can do low-level improvising, but it's very obvious very quickly that, like,
Not reliable.
and they would much rather get back to their loop. Like they can answer questions.
Their sole purpose is they're extras.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And like almost to the point, like they do have just enough consciousness, but again, they would rather be doing their thing.
Life.
The second group are natives of Blue City that have self-awareness and agency, and they're kind of weird. Like if you think of the first group as professional extras, this group feel like supporting cast, where they get more screen time, and their improvising is at a much higher level. They seem to have thoughts of their own, feelings of their own, and a lot more complexity and nuance. They have their own agendas, and they have their own internal politics and their own things going on below the surface. Then the third group are actual dreamers. Most of them have limited contact with Blue City proper. Usually when somebody dreams, like if you see a skyscraper that is full of apartments, each one of those apartments might be an expansive dreamscape. So most of the dreamers exist on little pocket dimensions that you can access through Blue City, but they don't spend a lot of time wandering around Blue City itself.
Okay.
But every once in a while, people do just blindly and naively wander into Blue City. But like people generally don't remember it. The reason why you guys are able to interact with it the way that you do is because of the chemicals coursing through your veins. So that was 3. And the fourth category are the others, which are generally theoretical and kind of cryptids. That if you ask Control will say no, or we're investigating that further. So there is a chance that there will be some legitimate dreamers in the theater audience, but most of them will be Blue City locals. And even if you do find a dreamer in there, odds are they're in a deep enough sleep that they won't remember anything that happens, and they will kind of. It's really hard to tell the difference between an actual dreamer and one of the supporting cast.
Okay. I was just wondering, like, what motivation or reasons would our characters have for believing that we would find this person here? Like, is she actively diving, or are people who are in this job placement program, are they more likely to end up in Blue City?
Oh, we were told that this is what she does.
Well,
how do we know that she's not in her own pocket dreamscape?
Oh.
How it works is that when you guys are given a subject, the subject is put. This subject at this very moment is one room over. They're on a slab as well. They have been pumped with the same chemicals.
Okay.
So they are operating in Blue City proper. So that, like, if you think of the private dreamscapes as like computer systems, the Blue City is a public network, and theirs are very private and hard to get into.
Yeah. Cool.
Knowing
that they're on a slab in the other room makes all that click.
Yeah. They have been set up specifically for this.
Yeah, I did not realize that.
And then once they go into Blue City, they just gravitate to the parts of it that resonate the most with them.
Mm.
Okay, so we'll end your guys' scene with you're standing up there. You hear people talking very, very nervously. It feels like they're standing on top of a nuclear bomb. And then the smattering of rain against the window and a scented breeze working its way through the halls. Dexter and Tinker, what are...
I'm going to send Tucker. I'm going to send Tucker a message from my cool flip phone. It says, "Yo, can we come over?"
We already asked him, do you want company? Let's see. I will ring up HR 555 for, a good bottle of wine, something to bring his guests.
Yes.
Okay, what was that
Do you
question?
have Tucker's sheet?
I might.
I need to see his stats.
He had 4 in access.
And I get 2 accommodation points.
And then
Do-do-do-do-do.
I think a 2 in force.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to dig it up.
That's fine, no. I would say he's going to do a roll, an interesting roll.
Okay, what's he doing?
The building near them is going to turn it's going to, instead of being a building, it's going to be a mirror. It's going to turn around. He's going to walk out, grab you guys by the hands, go through the next building, and make it turn the same way. And you're going to be in the diner.
Yes.
You're going to walk through the diner door.
When you say the diner, you're talking about the dive bar?
The dive bar, yes. The former diner. Now the dive bar.
Yes.
Hand over the bottle of wine, a couple of glasses. Can I bring other alcohol in here? I look around for April kind of furtively.
April! First of all, how many people are there regular folks hanging out here, or is the place cleared for your privacy?
It has the Geralds, and it has April. And that's the first thing goes, Geralds?
God!
Geralds?
How many of your characters are the Geralds sleeping with?
They're not sleeping with Tucker.
Okay.
No,
He's
Tucker
a
just
shocker more
knows
than
them
one.
because they were there when Tucker first joined in.
There was one
And now there's
Gerald.
3. You're like, 3 Geralds?
Okay.
He
Oh
doesn't
my
know
God.
there's 3. So he's like, 3
So
Geralds?
April is there as well.
Yes, April is there.
April looks at you as you are asking about bringing it in, and you can just feel her hand sliding over the shotgun.
It's all right today.
I'll pour you a cup. It's nice.
They mean no trouble today, April. We're going to take the booth, not the bar.
Okay.
Tinker pours her a glass, slides it across the counter, goes to her table.
It sits there, and she stares at it with all of the intensity, frustration, and anger that she wishes she could stare at you with. But you're with the
Contemplating
boss
smashing
man.
it with
so-
the butt of the gun.
like, she's not actually going to pull the shotgun because you're here at the request of Agent Tucker, and he's the boss man. But just for the sake of,
superior.
like, being zen, her hand
The
is on the
supervisor.
shotgun.
I'm not the one who banged you and then left, okay?
Okay, so what do you...
Oh.
Tinker, Dexter, and
Yeah, I
Tucker.
see you're throwing it under the bus here.
That's, Tinker has no self-awareness. She assumes that she's mad at me because of you.
Oh, she's pissed.
But I will say that based on how we last left off the last session, like, she's okay with you.
Okay.
Wait, so she's pissed at me, but she's still
No,
kinda-
April's pissed, but Tinker has no self-awareness. So Tinker assumes that she's mad at Tinker because of you.
Oh.
Meanwhile, the way you and April left things off was
Uh-huh.
on nice terms.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
April is not mad at me.
No.
She's just
April
mad.
is remembering the night in the park with you.
Nice.
Yes.
And is frustrated about having to deal with your asshole coworkers.
Yes.
And hopes will come in too.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Okay.
They're like-
So
Where is she?
the three of you have the booth. What are you discussing?
So I squished that thing you told me to.
You did an amazing job.
Thank you.
Things are going so well.
I
Things
kind of
have
expected
actually-
this to not
things have-
be here anymore.
Oh no, this is my new construct.
Okay.
Just like my building is part of the new construct.
So what exactly did squishing that thing do?
Oh, do you really want to know?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
There's a 13-year-old
Did
boy
Obia dare
in
sit in the
my
middle of the
head.
table and illustrate for us?
Glad I'm not allowed.
As a GM, I will
Why I
interject
can't keep a straight
that
face.
Agent Tucker is not necessarily a reliable narrator.
My brain is.
We're
loving
gullible.
this.
It's okay.
Yeah.
so Agent Miner and myself found out that our security codes were denied. So we needed someone with a security code to implement and initiate our program, not only here, but in the real world. There might have been some side effects. We expected these.
So I had to do it so that it would
You
also
had-
affect the real world?
Exactly,
Okay.
because you have a real world security code that's active.
Okay.
I want to tell Tucker about what I saw last time when we saved Agent Stringer and the people and the different symbols they had that he might recognize as being part of the military.
Okay.
So,
Oh, they're still here.
mm-hmm.
Ah, this is good knowledge to have.
Is it good news?
No.
Okay.
I was unaware that the military were still
I know when
performing
my
their...
character was freaking out.
Yeah, I was unaware they were still doing their own missions. They'll have to be put in their place again.
Duo's little hand turns into a knife. Got you!
Shu? Yes.
Good boy.
How do you like your new person? Turns into an actual heart. You're learning so quickly.
He's such a good boy.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
he just cuddles
He
me.
does. Whoop. He misses you when you leave. He sleeps.
I don't
It's
want to
very
go.
it's very adorable.
I don't want to go. Is there a way to cut that connection without dying? Just stay here.
We're working on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm a mother and I don't like being away from my baby.
I think we can probably arrange that.
She makes it to where it looks like he's sucking on a pacifier. Yes, you're my baby.
Aww.
So what
The
what we,
bonding moment is great.
do we
He's
need to
doing
do now,
far better than I expected. Like it took me and a couple of people with quite a bit of effort to create that.
I appreciate the effort.
Oh.
so what's our next mission?
How is Vice Director Forrester?
Nearly dead.
He had a heart attack.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Was he still able to talk?
No.
Unconscious.
Really? Interesting. And have you heard anything about I don't remember the ranks? Special Agent Minor? What's the talk on him?
I don't think there's anything new.
No new rumors. I mean, we saw
Forrester
him
is-
last time.
Forrester
but-
didn't
Yeah.
say anything before he
No.
went into his coma.
What does
Huh?
Forrester know?
No.
And
Forrester acts like he knows a lot. I was wondering if he had a new conspiracy. He
Okay.
likes those. They give him purpose.
I
Is
mean,
he been
snorting
repl-
pencil shavings could give you purpose.
Who replaced him? Did they tell you?
No, not yet.
Has anybody replaced him yet?
in the official bureaucracy, no, it is far too recent. There will be somebody at his
Usually
level.
there's a second in command that
Yeah.
immediately takes the mantle.
No,
they'll
but
be
we've
acting
seen
as, like,
Samson again.
Acting vice
Yes,
director.
acting.
But no, actually, if you, I guess that would be fairly.
It would be fairly common knowledge, yeah.
I wave at Tucker for a moment to, hey, HR.
It'd be Agent Carpenter.
Okay,
That's
so
who would be the acting vice
so
director.
yeah, I asked and it's like, okay, Agent Carpenter, Carpet Muncher. Okay.
Would Agent Carpenter have been part of the group, special group?
No.
Okay.
Okay. And I like mute or something. Anything else you want me to ask?
And you would have known that prior to going in.
Okay.
Common knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good. Carpenter. He is a great guy. You should really become friends with him.
Okay.
Very less Area 51 UFO-y like Forrester.
We've got Samson back too.
Oh, I miss Samson so much.
You want me to ask for something to mess with him?
Oh.
I'll do it. What do you want me to ask
I
for?
know you would. Oh my goodness.
I took after your footsteps and bumped up my logistics.
Oh, that's wonderful. No, what they can't do here is make amazing whiskey. I mean, April tries. April does a great job, but she
April's
needs,
standing over
she
there.
needs real whiskey.
No, but I have a 4 here and 1 there, so I roll 5 dice.
Ah.
Alright,
And
alright.
until our third phase of the plan kicks in, we can't quite get that just right.
Alright, I got you. Let's see
We need
here.
at least a barrel.
Oh,
know
I've
Samson will
definitely
like
got it.
that.
I don't have any commendation points, but I've definitely got 14. I need a barrel of whiskey, please. Some good stuff.
A barrel?
Fine whiskey.
A barrel of fine whiskey.
Jameson, Black Label.
Yes.
Okay, what'd I get here?
And you rolled your total?
5... 12.
12? Okay. There is static
Oh,
on
no.
That's 16.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 16.
There's static on the line, and it takes maybe a full minute to communicate. And there's a pause as Agent Samson remembers the last time he gave you guys something to drink. Coming right up.
I'm like, wait. Maybe instead of whiskey, Batman juice.
Remember to keep the bottles.
No, okay, a barrel of fine whiskey. Just remind you, Samson, it could be worse.
It's in the alley outside the dive bar.
Oh, April, go bring it in. Serve us all a shot, and then I need you to create a 5th for my meeting. Thank you, April.
April begrudgingly sets about work. The Geralds,
Lock your bar, though.
the Geralds, as they hear you give the command, toast with whatever cheap swill they're drinking.
Gerald's. Someday I'll ask about this story.
Tinker gives him a really short version. Your replacement is having fun.
Very good.
I will note that previously,
Whiskey.
when you guys had encountered the Geralds, it had been with the explicit intent of finding your way into the gay club, and so by virtue of projection, they were at their peak sexy. Now that they're not around people that are projecting sexiness onto them, they're kind of like backsliding into the more like the teeth aren't quite right and the hair's a little bit unshoveled and the
So Tucker's just like, he had a good time.
I was like, how did you get into my club?
We went through the bathroom.
You know, that bathroom does go places. I like front doors.
amazing places. Okay.
Yes.
All right, so April is gonna go bring in the barrel and serve up some drinks, and then start preparing stuff for the meeting later. Is there anything? I'm cool with that particular scene ending on that note. Is there anything that you guys really want to throw in there?
One thing, I'd be like, well, you guys are doing great, but like I said, befriend Carpenter.
Carpenter's good.
We like Carpenter.
We like Carpenter.
But as for dream time, I pull out 2 watches. I have 3 hands and 2 hands before I'm eating.
Yes.
So,
Take the
following
whiskey.
your example, I will use the bathroom exit. Let's see where that goes. And it's Shu. I touch him in his right spot and make him do wiggle waves.
Like the
Touch him
Pillsbury
that.
Doughboy.
Yeah, if you touch him right there, you vibrate wiggles.
Aww.
And you go, off I go!
Okay.
And I grab my fist from April. You're getting a raise.
Let's get out of here before she grabs the gun again.
She gives a sigh that, given the context, you all would understand. She has never enjoyed being enmeshed in the politics of Blue City, and so becoming under the purview of Serial Tower organization, like, directly plugged into the politics. This is not her idea of a... It's perhaps... She knows that the politics of Blue City have been volatile enough that she wants nothing to do with the power players, because it might be the safest place right now. Ain't no guarantee it will be later.
That's right.
And she does not like having her establishment's fate tied to a power player.
That's why it's away from the city a little bit.
But she
Just
also
for
has no
her.
choice in this matter.
No.
Okay, Agent
Skedaddle.
Yes. Let's go.
Agent Schreiber, you went to a safe house. I will let you describe what exactly is the safe house like. If you want to workshop it, you can put it out to the rest of the group.
I imagine it would be very nondescript, probably somewhere where most people would not wander, such as you were describing the apartment building in the skyscrapers earlier. Probably something in there where most people who have consciousness, so to speak, would not go.
Okay, so let's say...
Somewhere very, very hidden, but also somewhere accessible.
I've mentioned before that a lot of the apartment rooms are like doorways into private dreamscapes. I've also said before that the dreamscapes have a kind of natural defense mechanism when you try to enter it. Like anything in the world, the degree to which they can defend themselves varies wildly. Every once in a while, most are on the top of the bell curve, but every once in a while you find ones that are just impossible, and you'll find ones that are really easy. You guys have taken up residence in the private dreamscape of somebody who has a specific kind of cognitive issue that makes it easier to just slide in. It puts some amount of strain on the dreamer, and is not something that Vice Rector Forrester was thrilled about. You were encouraged to use it in a limited fashion. But it is kind of an established place. when you enter in, the room, the very first room, is very much like a studio apartment. There are really old, beaten couches and chairs. The kind of furnishings that would come with an apartment that advertises that it's furnished and weekly rates.
Noted.
There's a small part of you that if this were the real world, you'd be a little cautious about making sure there aren't any fresh stains where you sit.
Extra noted.
The mini fridge over in the corner is constantly buzzing in a way that lets you know that it is plugged in and it works in theory. But
Don't trust it with your raw meats.
right. And there, the curtains over the outward-facing window are Pokemon.
Yes! Perfect. Which
Li-
is why I recognize Shu as a ditto.
lining the walls are just little figures that you can't quite place, but they feel reminiscent of some sort of pop culture reference. Like, everything in this is that this person has invested their money in this.
One looks extra vaguely familiar, but I just can't place why.
As Olivia starts to dance a little bit.
Okay, so there is a fellow agent that is just kind of passed out on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to be out of it, and there is a bottle of liquor next to them.
Pick it up. Any good?
So what's your game plan? What are you looking for?
I'm looking for Forrester.
For Forrester?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That might involve.
You don't know that.
Oh my.
This is the
This is
entry.
being meta. Oh my.
This is the entry point for the safe house.
Mm-hmm. I do have the collar, so can I reach out in this space and try and find him and acknowledge if he's there?
You reach out to Forrester. You get static. Like, there's something jamming the signal. Which, one possible explanation, I mentioned that this is the entry point.
Mm-hmm.
There are deeper levels that have been constructed. You don't know for a fact that that's what's causing the jam, but it might be. So we're going to end this scene in just a moment. But tell me, given the description that I've offered, it's a studio apartment. And I suppose there's a bathroom, and there's a little half wall in between the living room / bedroom and the kitchenette space. What do you do to go to the next level? Like, what is the psychic equivalent of Batman pulling the sculpture?
My mind is not being super creative. Let's see.
And if anybody else wants to throw ideas out there.
This is within the studio apartment?
Yes.
I pick up the bottle of liquor, I walk over to the coat closet, step in, take a swig, pull a door shut, and yank on a hanger.
Yes.
Okay.
And the floor, and it's like, pull the lever, crunk, the floor drops.
The floor.
Wrong lever!
The floor drops at the same speed that the liquor hits your guts.
Which is
Why do we
why I
even
took the
have
swig
that lever?
first.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to pause. We'll take a break. If you guys want to refresh, now's a good time to do it.